Hey, Peeps Galucia here, and today I'm going to be showing you a closed beta called The Mighty Quest for Epic Loot. Okay, so here we are in my hero chamber, and I'm going to be showing you both sides of this game, because there are two sides to it. There's the attack and defense side of the game, and both of them, in my opinion, are equally fun. The defense side, I can kind of show you a quicker overview, so that's what I'm going to get into first, and then we'll get into the attacking side. So this is my castle. When you first start off, it's a 3-room castle, and now you can see I have 5, and this is my defense rating, 155. When you first start off, it's much smaller defense rating. The defense rating basically just judges how much you can actually have in your castle. Every single creature has a defense rating, the smallest of which is a 1, like these little guys here, the derps, and the larger of which, like my dragon, is a 28, I believe. So that's one of the limitations. The other limitation is that you can only have so many within themselves. So you see every single one of these says defense 20 out of 20. That's because that little circle that's created by placing a guy there in the first place is maxed out at 20. So you can't just cram 155 defense rating into one room and make this impossible thing. You have to kind of spread it out. So, except for the boss area, where you're allowed to have 36. So, because the dragon alone is more than 20. He's 28. And then I have a couple guys supporting him. Then you also have the traps, which just can't be too close to each other. So they have these perimeters around them, and that signifies where and how you can put traps. So I've tried to cram in basically as many traps as I can to add a little bit of extra element to the castle. The traps aren't super effective early game, like the ones that you have accessible to you, but as time goes on, you'll unlock better traps. You can also upgrade the traps and the creatures. So again, I'm going to go through the defense of this a little bit. You have, and the various, I'll call them buildings because I had to build them, but they're not buildings. They're just little things. So this is your castle. This is your castle heart. It gives you the level of your castle. So mine's like a rank 3. And that kind of dictates everything else. So you have your gold storage and your life force storage, which you gain, as you saw me do earlier, from these like little mines that I have. Those are like, they generate it over time. And then from attacking other people's castles, which is what we're going to get into in a minute when we do the attacking side of it. So the main things of interest, I'm not going to go through every single one of them, but the summoning portal is how you're going to summon your various monsters and traps. And it dictates how many you can have. The higher the rank is of the summoning portal, the more your defensive rating can be. Which is also dictated by the size of your castle, though. Because you can see already with my castle that I don't have a ton of space to put anything. If I highlight one of these guys, you can see all these circles. Really, the only place I could put any guys at all would be up here. But it's a two-way room. They may completely sidetrack that, and then they wouldn't even have to fight them. So I'm kind of limited in putting more guys in here. So for me, I would probably want to add a room before I bother to upgrade the summoning portal. To add a room, I would have to upgrade this, because this is how you buy rooms, and it needs to be upgraded, and it costs mucho el dinero, so I'm not ready for that yet. You can also do research, which I mentioned earlier, and this is how you level up the dudes. Like you can see here, you can see here like my derps are level 2, and I'm not really using them anymore because they're lower level, but if you continue to actually spend the resources to level them up, then they would still be relative. You wouldn't have to just stick with the higher level stuff because you're going to continue to make them better and stronger. And then you basically, you can buy costumes and stuff like that. There's not a lot to choose from yet. You can use the blacksmith to purchase weapons and armor, jewelry. And then you got your potion brewing, which I also want to upgrade sometime soon. And that's where you buy health potions with the monies, and using the bling, which is the currency that you buy with real life monies, because this game will be free to play when it comes out. This is where you can buy boosts, which I have some of already, because to get into the closed beta, you have to buy a pack of some sort. So I bought the night pack, which gave me 2,500 bling right off the bat, obviously, of which I've spent a good deal of, and it gave you a bunch of those boosts so that you can earn more XP or more loot or whatever. So designing the castle itself is a ton of fun. I just redesigned this a couple hours ago to try and make it a little bit more challenging. It's I've been getting raided, and I've been winning some and losing some, so I'm always trying to... I can't go past 155 on my defense rating, but you can always change the creatures. Certain creatures work better together, you know, and just trying to play with it and see, like, okay, what can I do? What creatures can I put with other creatures to maximize within that 155 rating? Where can I put them? And then you can watch whenever you're attacked. You can see I've lost the last few, but like the last one that I got attacked on, like, you can do the replay. You can see that it took him 4.5 minutes to complete it, which is pretty long. So he obviously struggled a little bit, as opposed to this OP wizard that came through my place and just wrecked on it. He did it in 2 minutes and 50 seconds. So I can watch this and see where did he struggle, and then try to maximize on the, okay, he's struggling here and here, so on and so on. So it's even though it's still in early beta, it's still a lot of fun. There's a lot of elements to the defensive side of it. Then there's the offensive side of it, where you come out here. I'm basically standing on the top of my castle, on my tower, and I'm just looking around at all the nearby castles, and then I can just pick any of them and decide whether or not I want to attack them. So this dude's defense rating is 135, even though he can go up to 155. He hasn't maxed it out yet, and he's only defeated 3 heroes, and he has a decent amount of monies available as like a potential for me to loot. So this wouldn't be a terrible selection. So we're gonna give it a go. Now my hero, as he levels up, you unlock different spells and stuff like that. You can see the slew of spells I have down here. You can only have 4 spells active in your thing, but I have way more than 4 spells. So it's a matter of which spells you think are the best for you and which ones work well with each other. So mine focus on disabling and stunning, because I'm melee. I have to get close to these guys. I'm going to get attacked by them, so I want to try to stun them as much as possible and reduce their... Oh, no, that's the way I want to go. Reduce their abilities to attack me at all. So I have the charge that stuns them, I have a punch that stuns them, and then I have a hook that stuns them. And then once I get my mana up, I gotta take out this tank first. I can use this ability, which slams, if it lets me, slams everybody and stuns everybody. Oh god, everyone's getting involved now. And see, this is the thing when you design your castle, like when this guy was designing his castle, if you can design it in a way that makes it, please, oh my god, there's so many things stunning me at once. Oh my god, I can't do any abilities. There's way too many things that can stun me right now. That was a problem. See, and that's where you as a castle designer shine. If you can make it so that multiple groups of guys are going to get... Seriously? If you can make it so that multiple groups of guys are going to get pulled in together because they're so close together that I can't help but pull them, it makes a much bigger problem for me. If it's possible, I'd like to keep these groups separated. I hooked the wrong guy. So that I only have to fight one at a time. Sometimes you can even skip entire groups. If you're able to do that, that's really helpful. You can only, even if you have 30 potions, you can only go into a castle with 4 potions. They limit you on that. Okay, I'm bugged out. It's beta. Sometimes the attacks actually bug where I can't attack, which, as you can imagine, causes a great deal of problem. But yeah, you can only have 4 potions, so you are limited. So, if at all possible, I do like to have, come on, do it, quick. I like to have at least 2 potions available when I go to the, like, boss area. This guy. Because if I don't have that many potions, I won't be able to take on the boss. And you can see he has the dragon for the boss. So that actually could potentially be a problem for me. Like, that's a lot of guys. So take out the Resurrectors first, because they summon these skeleton guys, and I'm just working on getting rid of all the stupid guys first. so that I can just focus on the dragon. And with the dragon, it's all about stunning him so that he doesn't get to do his abilities. Also, the potions are expensive. The level potions that I have, for 5 of them, cost 1,250 gold. So, I mean, if you use 4 potions in a single dungeon, the amount of money that you get is actually going to be less than the amount that I have to spend on potions. So you can't get ahead. So that's another reason why I'm trying to not use up my potions if possible. That was a good amount of loot, though. That was nice. So then when you're done, you can see how much you got total. Over 1,000 is good. I made out with that one. I'm a little bit ahead. And you can rate their dungeon, and you can leave a comment if you want to. I don't really have anything I particularly want to say about this one, but, you know, I actually try to be helpful. Like, if I attack someone's castle and I found a weak spot, I'll say that. I'll be like, yeah, this section in the middle was really weak because of blah, 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 and really enabled me to get through your castle quick and help them out as far as, you know, making their castle better. So that's the attacking side of it. And then when you're done, of course, you can look at your gear and see what it gives you. And then if it doesn't do anything that you like, of course, you can just sell it off like I'm doing there. None of that stuff is good for me. Which, of course, gives you even more currency. And that's it. That is the game in a nutshell. So the social side of it is that you can have friends. You can, I can show you here. I have one friend so far, and that's Calpar, who's a good friend of mine. You can challenge each other. I can send him a challenge and say, you know, and dare him to attack my castle, if you will. I could also just go visit his castle as a practice, so he won't lose anything from that, like currency-wise. The challenges don't necessarily take currency from me like I just did from him. It's more just like a bet where I can bet him a set amount of money. I can say, I bet you 1,000 gold that you can't defeat my castle. And so it's like a friendly wager, which is really fun. So there's a lot of cool elements to this game. And again, it's still just in beta, so there's a lot that they need to do. And there are bugs. There's a lot of things that don't quite work right, but that's why it's in beta. So right now you can go onto Steam. You can buy one of the packs, which will give you plenty of in-game items, the bling, all kinds of stuff like that. And of course, that money will go towards helping them to get this game done that much faster. If you don't want to spend the money, though, and you want to wait, like I said before, the game is free to play. So you will be able to enjoy the game when it comes out for full retail at no cost to you. So, but if you do jump into it early, feel free to send me a friend invite. My name is Galucia, of course, and I would love to receive challenges. Matter of fact, if any of my viewers would like to send me a challenge of their castle once they get it going, I will gladly accept, and I will record or live stream me taking on my Peeps' castles. That'll be a lot of fun. So, thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate the views and support as always, and I will see you next time. Laters!